And we are wrestling with NJPW G1 review. We're going to be covering the 19th and the 23rd, all in the same at the same time. Our first match is Jeff Cobb versus Shingo Takagi. Jeff Cobb beat Shingo, but lost to Taichi on the first night. Oh.
Huh?
I mean, it's good that he beat Takagi. I mean, that makes him look serious, but I can't take him serious because he lost to Taichi. So it's like, yo, Taichi's pulling like a. You know how like the NCAA tournament, you get those little, ITT tech schools that are like busting everybody ass the first weekend. That's what Taichi's doing right now, and I don't like it one bit.
And Shingo
Not one bit.
Shingo Takagi is at 2 losses.
And he was our dark horse. That's
yeah.
the worst part. He was like a solid guy, but to us, like we said, I thought his like we said last week, his most important match is going to be against Suzuki. So to me, we weren't expecting him to make have the most points, but we were expecting him to actually restart some shit with Suzuki.
Scooter, you wasn't here last week for the predictions for the G1. I have Jay White winning the whole thing. Mitch has Naito winning the whole thing, and Kaliko has
Jay White.
Jay White.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, I have my reasons, but go ahead, Scooter.
I'm putting you on the spot. Who wins the whole G1, the whole shebang?
Let me just pull up the participants if it would load.
Yeah, I used NJPW 1972.
And that's where you should get all your New Japan news.
They should pay
especially when you make Google translate it.
Let's go.
I read in Japanese, so they're having to translate it.
Yeah.
Well, we give Scooter.
So then you hit results. It's on the site.
Evil.
Huh?
Evil.
He lost.
You're going with Evil?
Yeah.
To win the
He's
whole
going
thing?
with Evil. Yeah.
I mean,
he said Evil.
But didn't he lose already?
He lost the. Yeah,
he lost in the first match. In the first round. Yeah.
Don't mean anything.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's a loss to start.
Yeah, the way G1 works though.
I know it's round robin. I get it.
No. You always have those dudes that like start off hot and then fade, and then you have the one guy that's like shitty and then come back.
Yeah.
Like last year,
anything can happen. I'm just saying it doesn't look promising.
Bro, Toro Yano got 4 fucking points. That in itself.
I've already told you that was ridiculous. We've already been over that.
That in itself is like disrespectful.
I know, dude. I told you. I said he looked like a comedy wrestler to me. I didn't really know who he was. From his picture, he looked like a goofball.
I mean, he beat Ace. He beat the Ace. He beat the fucking Ace.
Dude, I told you that's ridiculous. Sonata was my pick to be one of the standouts.
Oh, don't even get me started with Sonata. They just they just shitting on Sonata.
I didn't see that coming. I'm shocked by that.
You know what? I changed my mind.
Hey, no.
Go with Juice.
Oh wow,
what?
That's even worse.
I will say this though.
That's even worse.
Juice. I will say this. Juice is improving on what he did last year. To me, he could sneak in that bitch.
I'll tell you.
I mean, just by his look alone.
I can see where he's coming from in the point of like maybe a new standout, but like I told you guys last week, that I still believe that new standout is going to be Will Ospreay. But Zack Sabre Jr. with his win, that shocked me, dude. That really shocked me. So maybe him too. Who knows?
Um,
Who did he beat again?
Evil.
There you go. He beat Evil.
He beat Evil. Yeah, go fucking figure. Like, yo,
I mean, he's
nothing
always
makes
been
sense right now.
able to beat
So
Evil.
that was
Okay.
amazing to me. I saw that and my jaw dropped.
Let's get
But
some
to
I didn't
me,
expect that.
but to me, Evil. This is Evil's first G1
He's the
where
leader of
he's
the freaking
where he's in the
Bulls Club, dude.
spotlight. Like, where he's in the spotlight. And to me, that
Oh, G1. Okay, yeah.
yeah, this is his first G1 where he's
Yeah,
like the undisputed leader of something. Because to me, his usual G1s, like his previous ones, he was the tag team with Sonata, and no one really thought twice about him. But by
Right.
him beating Naito for the chip and
It
all
puts
of
him out
that,
of
it
nowhere.
puts him
That's
in a different echelon. So
yeah,
that's
puts
where
him
I
out of
think,
nowhere.
the pressure will get to him.
no one's thinking about Kenta with the
Oh, I did. He was in my top 3 of the I think B bracket that he's in. He was my top 3 of that with Naito and Evil.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Kenta.
I wouldn't either. I said Naito 1, Kenta 2, Evil 3
But
in that bracket.
and normally I would agree with you, Scooter. But he literally just won another tournament right before the.
But there was
G1.
someone else too. Sorry.
That was my reasoning.
Here, let me go look at it.
Yeah, I can see where Scooter's coming from because, I mean, he's going to have the right to fight Moxley, but the problem is, when is Moxley going to actually fight? That's the bigger question, because he can't do it in the United States because it's a fact that if that were the case, then Moxley would have been at the show in Dallas. And the United States citizens are not allowed to even go to Japan. So this is where that's where all of that shit's fucked up. I don't even know why they even did that tournament in the first place, unless they were just going to crown a new champion. That's what I thought they should have done.
We might see our first ever hazmat suit match.
I know they out there like masked in a hazmat suit with some little some beef fucking hats and shit, and just go all out.
Going over the A block again. Okada is 1 loss, 1 win, losing to Kota Ibushi, losing to Kota Ibushi, and winning against Yujiro Takahashi.
I mean, him losing to Ibushi is just basically what happened last year, in a sense. So it's a continuation of last year. And to me, Bushi's the defending champ, so of course it makes sense for him to kind of look serious out the gate, But then again, Bushi lost. I think he's 1-1. So,
right.
So it's kind of like the way these puzzles come together. But this early puzzle right now, to me, I don't like this early puzzle, except for Yoshihashi getting his brakes beaten off. But everybody else is like, Taichi is like 4 points. It takes about, on average, about 12 to 14 usually gets you in.
Yes,
in the semifinals. So to me, those points matter, yo. So I expect Taichi to take his dumb ass back to earth, especially Yano. His ass definitely needs to come back to earth with a comment on his ass, because that dude is like 2-0. Like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yujiro Takahashi is at 0 wins, 2 losses against Okada and Will Ospreay. I don't think anybody didn't see that
Expected
coming.
much.
Yeah.
True.
Minoru Suzuki is at 1 win, 1 loss, winning against Tomohiro Ishii and losing to fucking Taichi, as you said.
That's my point, but that's the point. Like, why? How, Sway? How? Because Taichi has a right to look at him and say, "Look at me, I'm the captain now." Like that's essentially what happened. And I'm like, yo, I can't go for that. I can't go for that.
Scooter, um, Suzuki's getting up there in age. Do you think that maybe Taichi is going to take the reins from Suzuki?
Uh, mm, Tai Chi? I don't know. It depends if Feng Shui gets involved.
Good point. Taichi,
Ah,
two, Taichi is at 2 wins against Minoru Suzuki and Jeff Cobb. Nobody saw that
No one
coming.
saw that shit coming. Yeah, nobody. I mean, I could expect him to beat Jeff Cobb. I was expecting 1-1, but fucking Suzuki, bro. Like, no.
This is maybe more shocking to me. Tomohiro Ishii, 2 losses, no wins. He lost to Suzuki and Will Ospreay.
Suzuki, I could see him losing in a slugfest. And Will Ospreay, I feel like the matchup is not his thing. Like, I feel like him going against high flyers is not a good look for him because he's more of a ground guy. I mean, he's fast for his weight, but Ospreay, you know how he is, fucking
Yep.
flips and shit. So I feel like that was just a bad matchup. But the Suzuki, I felt like it was a 50-50, and Suzuki just got the better of him.
Will Ospreay's at 2 wins against Takahashi and Ishii. Mitch, I have to admit, you called this guy. He's at 2 wins, 4 points right now.
So, can you repeat that match? I'm sorry, man.
Will Ospreay's at 2 wins and 4 points.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't see that coming, but you did.
I told you last year the standout was Jay White. So there's always like a gaijin, like Kaliko was saying. There's always a gaijin standout, and I think this year it's going to be Ospreay.
And Kota Ibushi is 1 win, 1 loss. He beat Kazuchika Okada. He lost to Jay White. But I mean, if you're going to lose to anybody, one of the big four is probably the guy you want to do it, and not against a Taichi. God forbid.
I mean, yeah, you know what?
I didn't even know who Taichi was, dude.
Bro, Taichi has been like the most coward wrestler, at least based in character, in New Japan fucking history, yo. Like, he's that dude who just always like to sneak up from behind and always do all this dumb shit. And when it's time to rumble, he just like ain't ready to rumble. And that motherfucker is undefeated right now. Think about that.
he's
Think
the thing
about
old
that.
ladies practice in the park.
Thank you. Exactly. And this dude is like
Right.
4 points in. He's if he gets 2 more, that schedule looks light. Like
I said, that's like the same as if Santino Morello did win the Royal Rumble that one year when they teased it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the the version of it here.
pretty much. I would be pissed as hell if it's a
Something
Taichi
like that.
Toro Yano final. I would
Oh my god!
I will boycott
dude, I
New
would be
Japan
like, this is fake
if-
news. Yeah, I would.
I would
would say this
boycott
is
New
fake news.
Japan if Taichi and Toro Yano make the final.
And Jay
Fake
White,
news.
Jay White is at
Whenever you don't want something to happen, just yell fake news.
Jay White is at 2 wins. He defeated Kota Ibushi, and Jay White is in a prime spot right now, and he's also Kaliko and mine's pick. So it's safe to say that we picked the safe choice, didn't we?
Well, if you looked at how New Japan always deal with that shit, they always deal with somebody that was like within the Final Four or a runner-up, and they always fucking come back the next year and run that shit.
Right.
It happened when Omega It happened with Naito. It happened with Ibushi. It happened, and I think it's Jay White's turn. And to me, I think, like I said, Jay White has been that guy that's in the background because of the fact that COVID happened. He really couldn't travel. I feel like that title reign for Evil was supposed to be Jay White because to me, it just screams transition champ. And and to me, to get him back on track, he would have to win the G1. Because think about it, this guy was like in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom last year.
But he's
So
already been like lowered down for quite a few pegs, and it's been a while. Like he could come back later. I just don't see it anytime soon. Me
that's
personally.
the. But to me, they can't really build like the way the traveling is going. The only way they could build him up is by winning the G1. The only way that they could put him
Maybe they
back
don't
in
rely on
place.
future travel with him. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be right.
It's
I
time to
mean
switch to
It's
the
that kind of situation, man. But
that is true.
B block. We have only one round since I have not yet seen night 2 of B block. So
Oh,
we
I
have
haven't. Oof. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
Juice
You know,
Robinson beat Yoshihashi. I don't think there's any argument there.
no,
Toru Yano defeated Sonata. That happened.
that happened. But I told you last week. I was like, I love y'all Sonata, but they gonna do his ass dirty. And sure as shit, they did his ass dirty, just dirty. But then again, Toro Yano, king
Yep.
of pro wrestling.
I mean, the original King of Snaky style.
Yep.
Hiroki Goto
And
lost to Kenta. It seems like Goto really has taken a step down in these last year or so.
I mean, he was injured in his best ovation was when he came back. So yeah, it's like, hey, Goto's back. Okay, next person. That's what it felt like.
Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Evil, which made shocked Mitch Mayhem,
mm-hmm.
and Tetsuya Naito defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi. Unfortunately, did not shock anybody, considering where Tanahashi is in his life right now.
And considering where Naito is in his,
Yeah. So that's so far a lot of upsets that maybe we didn't expect.
It's
I
only
mean,
the first or second round, like Liko said. It's only like the first, second round, so like there still can be a lot to happen to change it up.
yeah, they usually have those guys that sprint out and then they'll fall back to the pack. However, I just feel like this year it's going to be uberly hard to decipher who's going to creep up and who's going to fall back because the fucking blocks are so balanced this year. To me, this is probably the most unpredictable G1 that they had because it's the most balanced blocks I've seen. Because usually you'll have one block where you're like, oh yeah, this guy's going to run it. Like last year, it was Okada or Okanos. He literally wiped half the field in like 4 matches. So this year they kind of like, okay, we're not going to go with that, and they just balanced it out. And to me, that's a good thing because you want the G1 to you want those round robin matches to actually mean something and have consequences for people who win and or lose. Even though Yano's undefeated right now. God damn it. And Tai Chi.
Let's preview the next 3 nights of G1 action. We are in A block again on the 27th of September. And your first match out is Taichi versus Yujiro Takahashi. Mitch Mayhem, who wins?
I did hear that. I just need you to repeat it. Takahashi versus who?
Taichi versus Yujiro.
The undefeated Tai Chi.
Oh, I guess Tai Chi.
Scooter,
Usagi Yojimbo. No. Uh, screw it. Let's go. Let's go with Yujiro.
oh my. You know, the way this has been going, it's a possibility.
It is.
But
It's
they've
a
been
solid
pushing Tai
possible.
Chi.
It's a solid. It's a solid possible. Like,
Kalika,
It
straight up.
is, but they've been pushing Tai Chi, so I guess I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but whatever.
There's always that one where you don't expect them to even get a win and they get it. I
Well, I
would
thought that was
not
gonna
be.
be Yano this year for me. But
No, because last year, Yano, man, bruh.
see,
Yano,
like I said, I thought he was a comedy wrestler. I wouldn't.
no,
They are packaging him wrong.
it ain't even
Yeah.
he was. He is. He's like the
I'm
Jack of
saying from what
Spades.
I saw, yeah, I didn't know
We
him much
we
about him.
we need a dream match between Tai Chi and Michael Nakazawa.
oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, dream
No.
match because we'll all be asleep.
That'd be like the Inception match. But if there was one, I would think this would be the one because I feel like Tai Chi, he 2-0, he feeling himself, and this is where it puts his ass back to earth. So I hope for all of our sakes, because if he gets this win, he's halfway to being like a finalist, and that will not be happening in 2020. God damn it! I refuse to believe that Tai Chi will be. I refuse.
Hey,
So
your mouth to God's ears, dude. I hope so. I hope you're right. But
Yujiro better get this win for all our sakes.
the ultimate lackey.
All
This
of
is
our sakes.
It's like
If I
jobber
don't, who
number
will?
1 versus jobber number 2, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a point there. Jeff Cobb versus Minoru Suzuki. Who wins, Mitch?
Jeff Cobb versus Suzuki?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me. Suzuki. Here, go to someone else. Let me look this up real quick.
Scooter, Suzuki or Cobb?
Okay, I'm ready.
Whoever owns stock in Gold Bond.
That might be Jeff Cobb.
I see.
No, because the amount that's going to be needed after these two, get done sucking wind for 10 minutes. I get the feeling New Japan is pissed at Jeff Cobb.
Then why did he get a win in the first night?
Well, the Japanese, they always,
But then he did lose to Tai Chi.
stretch
Yeah, he
things
lost to
out.
Tai Chi, bro. Like,
Oh, wait, was that the first night Tai Chi lost?
That was the first night, yeah. But he looked.
Oh, okay. I thought he got a
the second
win.
night.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's gonna be Suzuki, and Jeff Cobb's gonna get a couple receipts.
All right. And Mitch.
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, Suzuki. Minoru. Yeah, I like I said, no offense, but the Japanese, whenever I hear their names, they all sound the same to me, so I have to see the picture of the person to like click for me.
Oh, that's the guy that's like most likely to beat your ass in an alley if you walk by yourself.
There's a lot of them like that in NJPW. Sonata looks like that too.
He looks like he's more into those Japanese gangs than anybody else.
Oh, you mean the Yakuza?
he looks like he's hanging. He looks like an OG from the Yakuza.
Last week to get that.
Most likely was in the Yakuza. Suzuki.
Kalika.
I'm gonna say Suzuki, and the only reason I say that because it's Jeff Cobb. But then again, I feel like 2020, we've been robbed of Suzuki versus Orange Cassidy, so I feel like Suzuki.
But have we? Have we? Really?
Yes, I wanted to see Orange
I
Cassidy's
don't know
funeral.
about that,
I
dude.
really wanted to see the funeral of Orange Cassidy.
Well, I'm with you there. I don't know about Suzuki though.
I think, Jeff Cobb, like I'll put it this way: like, this is his second one, so he's still gonna be taking the lumps. It took Juice like halfway into his second one to actually gain some traction, and the only reason it happened because he had a fire in his ass from Moxley coming in and taking his shit. So Cobb doesn't have that. So it screams to me Cobb still got some dues to pay. And that to me is big. Because Suzuki is gonna be I feel like he's gonna be carrying until Takagi.
Yes. I think I'm going to go with Jeff Cobb because I do see him getting another openweight championship match. So that would be the only reason I see him beating Suzuki in this tournament. Then we have,
No, man.
it's a stretch,
Good.
but
Yeah, that's a hell of a stretch. Talk about Rich Reeves.
I mean he lost to Tai Chi. Nothing's impossible at this point.
I mean, Tai Chi was a given, though.
That's Yokozuna. It's such a stretch.
I'll take that. I knew Tai Chi's gonna beat the hell out of him, but
Kota Ibushi versus Tomohiro Ishii. Kota Ibushi, right, Mitch?
Of course.
Scooter?
But I mean, we've seen weirder shit happen. So I mean, it wouldn't shock me. But if I were booking, I would go with Ibushi. They had him beat the damn Rainmaker for God's sakes. Come on now.
Scooter?
You know, it seems to me that New Japan is giving the best matches of the G1 on the first nights,
You gotta get him in somehow.
and they're just leaving the crap for later on, where
That's to be seen,
but yeah, it's gotta be Kota. If Ishii manages to pull this off, that might be probably considered the upset of the G1.
so far for me, it's Zack Sabre over Evil.
What about you, Kaliko?
I'm gonna go Ibushi because the simple fact he's the defending champ. They always make their defending G1 champs look good, even though in defeat as well. So I feel
Right.
like Ishii always have problems with high flying wrestlers, and I feel like Ibushi is another one of those high flyers who is gonna give him fits.
I would kind of riot if Ishii beat Ibushi. That's ridiculous.
Bro, they could draw. You never know.
My god.
There's always
Don't
a
say that.
guaranteed draw. There's
Don't
a
fucking say
guaranteed draw.
Yeah, let's hope it's not that. Fuck.
Will Ospreay,
That's like as clean as obvious as you can get, in my opinion, of what you should do. But yeah.
Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. Mitch Mayhem?
Ospreay, baby. Yeah, I'm
Scooter?
going with Ospreay for maybe quite a ways.
Yeah, I would say Ospreay.
I'm actually going to go the other way and say Takagi, because Will Ospreay has a win over him. And he
Okay, well,
needs
I'll
to
be
avenge
right.
that. What say you,
I got a
Kaliko?
feeling about this one, man.
I say Takagi because he just needs to get some momentum going. Momentum going to make him look credible against Suzuki when that happens.
And lastly, for the 27th, Okada versus Jay White.
Who?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Like, ooh. Ooh.
Mitch?
The best wrestler in the world.
Watch it.
I meant like who goes first.
No, Mitch.
Watch it be
Oh, I
a.
didn't hear my name. Okay. Now I blacked out after Kaliko said that. Repeat that again. I did hear Okada and who?
Jay White.
Jay White.
Oh, okay. If they have Okada lose again after the Ibushi and Okada.
All right. And Scooter.
Uh, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say it's a double count out.
Man, I could see that happening, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna
Going
say
a,
it's a draw. Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
going a 30-minute time limit. That would be more. They don't do countouts in the G1.
It would be a time limit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
you're
just
right.
a time limit draw. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So a draw. So the first draw of the tournament. What about you, Kaliko?
I think I feel like Jay White could stretch it with the win, and I feel like Okada getting a win over him keeps him in the game in the event of a tiebreaker. So I think Okada's going to get the win just
He's
for the
fucking
simple
better.
fact of the tiebreaker. And it keeps Jay White having to actually perform. Because I feel like if he gets a win over Okada, it's going to stretch it out too far. So Okada for the win, and it keeps Jay White on his heels looking back at
So you think
Okada.
that's like one of his only losses, in your opinion?
Pretty much. And I feel like it's going to come down because think about it.
Well, yeah,
They're,
I think where that spot where you have Jay White, I think that's going to be Will Ospreay. But yeah,
yeah, and that's true, and it could happen, but I think they always have that scenario where it's like one person has the win over the other, and it comes into that tiebreaker mode, and they're
Yeah.
going to eventually have to bump heads. And I feel like Okada is a better wild card for the tiebreaker rules than anyone else. So that's why I think Okada will.
I'm actually gonna go the other way. I think Jay White is on a little hot streak right now, and I don't think Okada is gonna be the guy that stops it.
Just a year, maybe 2 years ago, it was the opposite.
Oh yeah,
Hell, last
year
year
ago.
it was Okada. Yeah, a year
I'm
ago,
just
Okada.
saying, it's just crazy to me.
Man, a year ago, Okada wiped his whole field in like
He didn't get
4
beat at
matches.
all for
Like
years.
4 matches, he eliminated half the field. Like
Right.
that shows you. So that's why I think he's better being the wild card this year.
I
Just
hope
based
I
on
hope they
that.
don't have him lose more after the Ibushi loss. Maybe down the line, but not now.
And we're on to September 29th, B block action. Yoshihashi versus Sonata. And all I'm saying is if Sonata better fucking win this match.
100% Sonata.
No shit, Sonata better win
I
this
will be
match.
mad as fuck if
But-
they do that to Sonata.
But watch Yoshi fuck around because he always gets one. He's good for fucking one.
So you think they're gonna bury the fuck out of Sonata again?
Now Sonata should be tossing his little ass around like a rag doll. But
That's what I thought with the other match. Shit.
That's what I'm going. He's already 0-2. He's got to fucking work his ass off.
Yeah, dude, he can't. No, if he loses this, I'll lose my shit, dude. That's not.
Okay, this
He
is
better win.
this is a really interesting one. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenta.
Kenta.
Really, that easy, Mitch.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with, I agree with him when he said Kenta's going to go far. Like, I've said that to you.
What about you, Scooter?
If there's any match for Kenta to lose, it's this one. But if I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually Kenta's only loss in the entire G1.
I don't know about that.
But something speaks to me about this. I'll go with Zach.
I can see that happening after the Evil win over Evil. Like, I can see that happening.
What about you, Kaliko?
Can the stadium just blow up? Because I feel like the New Japan fans don't like either of them. Uh, uh, I feel like it's just gonna be a rain of boos the entire match because they're both like hated that bad. Uh, the lesser of so the only reason I would say Zack Sabre Jr. because Kenta already has that one tournament in the bag. So edging, I barely Zack Sabre Jr. Barely Zack Sabre Jr.
And I am going to go with Zach as well.
Yeah, this shit is wild. Yeah, I know it, bro. I feel you. I feel you, bitch. This G1 is.
That wasn't me laughing.
Or either him or Scooter. One of y'all was laughing. I feel you. I feel you. It's so fucking crazy.
I don't know what he's laughing about.
Let's say he just texted the wrong person.
I heard a ding dong.
Oh,
I told James I loved him and I had to have sweet dreams.
and I love you too, Scooter. Sweet dreams.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Tanahashi versus Juice Robinson. Mitch, who wins?
Sorry, Juice and who?
Tanahashi.
The ace.
Tanahashi.
Alright, Scooter.
Well, yeah, I'll go with Juice.
Kalika?
Tanahashi lost to Yano. Like, what's worse than that? Juice. You might as well go Juice. It's gonna come down on this.
I mean, everyone who loses is rebounding eventually, though.
True, but I think Juice is more on a hot streak than maybe Tanahashi is.
Maybe, but I don't see them burying Tanahashi straight like that.
Hell,
He's the ace, like he said.
Well, put it this way.
He's the old head.
Last year, Naito was like losing the Tai Chi in the G1 before he died. Like
that.
you
coming back to Tai Chi.
Bro, you don't know how like last year watching Tai Chi, bro. Like I just can't stand his ass as a character. He's just like the worst. Between him and Yoshihashi, they are the worst. And somehow they just like pull some bullshit out their ass to get a win. It's frustrating. I love it. They're like the Duke of fucking New Japan. I love to hate their ass. Like that's what they are. Love to hate them.
Next up, bracket busting Yano versus Evil. Mitch Mayhem, who wins?
Shit, I think Evil has to win this. I could see them going the way with Yano earlier when I can see them going with Yano. But I think that would be ridiculous, and Evil needs a win. I think it has to be here.
Scooter?
Yanni. I mean, no.
He had some good hits in the 90s.
Evil!
And Kaliko.
The king of pro wrestling will get this fucking win. Yeah.
That's how he'll get the win.
The king of fucking pro wrestling.
Honestly, yeah. I see. This is a winnable match for Yano. All things considering.
For Yano?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, hey man. I've stopped down Yano. Fuck this. Like,
I'm not doubting. If it was my decision, I wouldn't be having him like. You look at his fucking picture. That is not saying world champion. What the fuck?
That ain't the.
It says that ain't the hot dog eating champion.
That ain't the point.
Yeah.
To put it in reference, he's like that jack of spades when you play spades. He's strong enough to to beat a hand. He can't beat the best, but he'll get him one time. He'll walk.
Except nobody plays spades.
I play spades. How you think? How dare you? How dare you? I was in the military. Everybody plays spades in the military. That's all you got.
And
And
lastly,
More people play Uno than fucking spades.
but ain't no fucking jack of
Play
spades
bridge
in
like real
Uno.
man.
I played Uno when I was a teenager.
Real men play Uno.
There's another card game I'm forgetting right now that I used to play. Then my mom.
Hashtag
Bridge.
real men play Uno.
Spit.
What?
and
Spit.
Tug?
No, no. I'd have to. I'd remember the name of it.
Go
Gin?
fish.
No, it's definitely not. I played Go Fish.
Crazy
but it's
Eight.
Rummy.
not- It's like another
Crazy
logo,
Eights?
not Uno, but it was like a.
Phase
Crazy
10.
What'd you say?
Crazy
Phase
8 or Phase 10.
No, not Phase.
And it's crazy.
Oh.
It's gotta be Crazy 8.
No, it wasn't. Okay, we could go all next week.
we are
Yeah.
I'll let
wrestling
you know, man, what it
with
was.
Maybe
what
maybe
games
he
we
played Dose.
What?
Maybe it was Dose. Uno.
Yeah, dose.
Uno
Yeah,
dos.
I declare war.
No, I'm blanking on the name, but I'll figure it out by next week.
Kaliko. Oh no, Mitch. Tetsuya
Yeah.
Naito versus Hiroki Goto.
Naito.
Scooter
Good nighto.
and Kaliko.
I'm going Naito, but watch they fucking let Goto win. Just so they can have the challenge.
I mean,
for the
nothing
chip.
is
Yeah.
after what we've already seen. I think that's what it was done to do. Like that was the purpose to like throw.
I
us
mean,
off.
there's usually one guy that the champ lose to ready to get a title shot. So I feel like he already beat Tanahashi, which was the most likely. But watch it be fucking Goto. Watch. It shit always happens.
And that will conclude our coverage of the G1 for now. We will have more G1 coverage next week, and the week after that, and the week after that.
The crazy ass G1.
How long does this thing go?
Usually a month.
Yeah.
Usually it's a month.
Maybe longer this time.
No. It goes till
nah,
the
yeah,
18th.
it's a
About a
month.
month. Okay.
Usually around this time, it's like in normal times. This is like the end. We're usually at.
I was
the
gonna
end
say
around
yeah, but it's not normal times.
Yeah,
That's what I
so
mean.
yeah.
And if you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. If you want to join in on the conversation, we're always up to talk about the G1. You can follow me at JamesJ993. Where can they find Kaliko?
You can find my Tai Chi Hayden ass at I am Kaliko.
And where could they find Mitch Mayhem if Mitch Mayhem tweeted?
Yeah, they can find me at Mitch Mayhem X if they wanted to.
And where can they find Scooter Dust?
At Scooter and at UNBS Wrestling.
Remix is coming back on in full swing on Monday, isn't it?
I may have to push it back a week due to it being a Jewish holiday.
That New Year's?
And no, Yom Kippur. Jewish
Okay.
New Year's was last week.
Huh? 2 in a row.
Mm.
Alright, for Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Fuck Tai Chi.